According to reports from the Office of the Controller of Budget, it has been revealed that county governments are spending very little on development. And of course, the quest for better amenities in terms of schools, hospital, roads, you name it, remains a mirage for residents domiciled in these very counties. Are the governors getting it wrong on their role and the things that they were elected into office to do? Well, that forms the basis of our conversation today here on Business Glide, your number one show on matters public policy analysis, hosted by yours truly, Richard Mwanjam. Indeed, always an honor and privilege to have you on board. With me, of course, to dissect this conversation is renowned public scholar and political analyst, Herman Manyora. Great to see you, sir.
Thank you, Ruto.
Always looking sharp.
I am there.
Vihiga's biggest export, they say.
I am there from Vihiga, of course.
About to retire, though.
Of course, already retired. I'm a retired general.
Are you ready to sit under that mango tree, lonely and desperate?
You know the beauty with me, I've never been anything big. I've never had a big office. I've never had big money. So I'm just what I've been since I was young.
Really?
Yeah, there's no change.
Many people are speculating that you're going to end up in one of those President Ruto's list on appointments to parastatals and all that. Are you that close to him?
I'm not close to him, but he knows I'm a Kenyan.
Who can do the
These
job very
jobs
well?
belong to Kenyans. And the time is coming when the president will look for capable people. And I'll be on that list.
It
To
won't
serve
come.
my people.
It won't come as a surprise.
No, why? I'm a Kenyan and a competent Kenyan.
But you don't harbor any political ambitions in the near future, elective positions?
Not quite.
Not quite.
Not quite. Maybe unless I was running this country.
Not governor, not MCA.
No.
We wait to see.
Yes.
Very well. Madam Nyakango, of course, the control of budget has made some revelations on how county governments are spending their budgetary allocations from the national government. And you won't believe it. People are spending over 70% of their allocation on recurrent expenditure. If you go back in time and look at the Public Finance Management Act of 2012, it stipulates that at least 30% of the county budget has to be there for development expenditure. And recurrent shouldn't actually exceed 70%. But none of that is happening. From where you sit as your footnote on a general perspective and analysis, would you say that governors probably are doing this intentionally, not living up to the commitment and stipulations of the Public Finance Management Act?
You know, that document that says not many counties go beyond 30% on development, or even get to 30%. The reality will shock them. I've been close there, I know. In fact, there are counties that will show you they have achieved the 30% threshold for development
expenditure.
When the reality is there are tricks they are playing. You allocate some money as if they are going on development to achieve the 30%. But in reality, the money is spent in a recurrent manner. That is for another day and for them to look at. The problem here is simple. It's like we are not prepared for devolution. If you ask me, we would have been better off if the new constitution said our first governors would come in 2022, last year, and not 2013, not 2017. Would have had about 13 years or so, 10 years or so, 10 to 12 years, up to 15 years, just to plan how we shall anchor devolution. Not revolution has been on my mouth so much. Devolution.
All right.
Yeah, on my lips. Yeah. So devolution would have taken a little longer to look at how we can implement it. Yes. We have gotten it wrong from the word go.
From the onset.
The number of units. Look at how big Nigeria is. How many regions does it have? About 36 or something, 37, 36. That huge thing called Nigeria. Here, a small, tiny country.
47
counties. They are not viable to begin with. Secondly, we gave the governors a blank check.
How so?
Governors can do things that even a president cannot do.
There are mini
governors,
gods?
Yes. There are
mini gods in those counties?
Yes. Governors have leeway and power that the president does not have.
With just a few billions to
When
their
I
hands.
see ministers, when I see governors going to State House for handouts, I sometimes get surprised. When I see members of parliament going for development, I think they are misplaced. The place where you can get development, depending on how sweet your tongue is and how hard how long you can nail, is the county. The governor has such a powers, which if the president had, the country will run wild.
They might have the power. Question is, do they have the resources?
Now, the limited resources they have.
Yeah. Which
They
have
say
decried.
if you cannot spend a shilling well, you can't spend a million well. Counties, the
bare
governors are law unto themselves. The president of the Republic of Kenya cannot just wake up and allocate money to a road. Governors determine which road shall be made. How much money will go on that road.
Which contractor will do this?
Yes. They determine how many people to employ, when, at what salary. I did a job, a consultant's job, on human resource. It was actually called the TNA, Training Needs Assessment, of a certain county, sometimes back. I was surprised to find there were drivers earning more than directors.
A driver
Yes.
in county service.
Yes, yes, yes.
Wow.
At that time, they were using circulars and directions from the transitional authority. I remember very well. And they were flouting that, and that one was also giving them a leeway. So governors have overemployed. They employ us and when they want. Let me tell you this. What we are discussing is a waste of time.
Matter of national interest, this one.
It's a waste of time because to tame the governors is a very simple thing. So either we are too ignorant, too useless, too lazy, or I don't know what's wrong with us.
Where do you start when you want to clip their wings as the president?
You just do the right thing. Even just following the law. I've said, for example, why do you think counties have a lot of recurrent expenditure?
Ghost workers, perhaps?
You remember even during the COVID time, you know this jerrycan, this plastic thing, water container,
Containers, yeah.
that carries 100 liters.
Yeah.
It has a name people use.
Sky Plast and all that.
The Sky Plus, whatever. Governors were buying these things at 20, 30,000 shillings.
A single unit.
Just because someone has put a tap there. And even the supermarket with taps, I bought one during Corona. It was just 1,200. And they were buying at 20, 30,000. So why do you think they have a lot of, they overshoot? They overemploy. That's the elephant in the room. Many, if not all counties, have overemployed. I remember sitting with the public service board members eating chicken where I come from at home. There's a place in Mbale where there's very good kuku, kienyeji, kubwa na soup.
Authentic.
So we were eating with some of this. The first, I say, you people, be careful with employment. Because even as an individual, come end month, like now, by the way, I'm trembling because I don't have salaries for my workers. I have workers. I can't. Everybody who has a salary, end month is a nightmare. Even institutions, even the university where I work, when salaries are due, even the vice chancellor doesn't sleep. So I was sharing this with them because they were the first. They told me you are wrong. And this is a full government. Every job in Nairobi must be here in Vihiga. So God, what is this thinking? So many of the counties, if not all, have actually overemployed. So how do you do that? You remove the power of employing from the counties. That I have said. So these are simple things. But we want to be nice. We want to, no.
There's a public service board to do that.
No, why do you need a public service board in a county? To do what?
Enhancing the good services of the Public Service Commission.
If I'm given a job there, I'll take it. I'll be happy. Because it will be a livelihood. But the truth is, if I was the one making the decision up there, or if I was the one on the constitution making committee, I would not have put there. Some of the things we do are actually wasteful in nature. So remove the power to hire from counties, for example.
You won't even see ghost workers anymore.
No more. They are not, because I have children in my house without jobs. Some for a long time. Me, and I know people.
Herman Manyora.
So if you gave me a job today with the power to hire, since I will employ my children.
And the entire village.
There isn't a single person who doesn't have people who need jobs. Your children, your niece, your nephews, your friends, your neighbors.
Kinsmen and all.
So unless this is removed from within your power, you will end up overshooting employment. It's natural. So we must understand our own environment, that you need to remove that from the governor.
Very well.
And a few other expenditures items. You remove from the governor, let him just do certain things.
All right.
We at Nairobi Review appreciate the support you have given Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. Through your financial support, we've been able to reach millions of Kenyans and produce quality content every single day. It hasn't been easy, and therefore we appreciate you for subscribing, sharing, and watching us every single day. Whether you're a long-term fan or just discovering this YouTube channel, your financial support can make a huge difference. You can M-Pesa us via 0768 074 076 or use till number 964 4543. That is 0768 074 076 or M-Pesa till number 964 4543. We highly appreciate your support.
And very well, we have seen every election year, especially the recent concluded general elections in 2022, all these 47 governors, they all were campaigning on the platform and pedestal of growth. They have got into office. Now, service delivery, when it comes now bringing this growth so that it can be visible in terms of constructing hospitals, making roads passable and all that, it is more of a mirage. Would you say in 2027 they can still go back to the field and use that as a political fodder and still campaign on the pedestal of growth, yet they haven't actually delivered on it?
You know, yes and no. Yes, because you try and show what you have done. No, because the voter in this country is not always persuaded by hard facts. The voter in this country is not persuaded by performance. The voter is more often than not persuaded by very rational considerations.
Even after complaining high cost of living and all that?
Yes.
Come on.
The voter in Kenya is irrational.
It won't be surprised same promises being made in 2027.
And the same voter voting. If the voter was rational, a lot of these crooks in leadership will not be there.
The government is just 6 months in. Are you saying there are crooks there in?
These crooks should not be in. I'm not saying for this government. From 1963. I think the only time we elected really serious leaders was 63, around 69 also. After that, everybody is just a crook.
Not 2002, Kibaki, the great economist?
Oh, those are just crooks. Those are just opportunists. Which economists?
Brilliant economist, that one.
If Kibaki had been a good economist and a good president, he would have put measures in place which up to today you cannot change. I challenge Kikuyus who say Moi destroyed the economy.
For 24 years.
For 24 years. Kibaki did 10, Uhuru has done 10. Why hasn't he turned down the coffee sector? 20 years of the presidents of Akikuyu has not undone what Moi undid. What Moi did.
They are confident regarding Gachagua.
If Moi killed coffee, killed tea, killed milk, Kibaki did 10, Uhuru was there. Why? You mean they couldn't have turned it around? Let me tell you, good policies are very hard to undo. If you put policies in place, if they are bad, when in 1970 or thereabout, the Ndegwa Commission allowed, in fact, encouraged civil servants to enter politics, to enter business, we are still paying for it now. One policy will have an impact for a long time, and it will be very difficult to undo. So if Kibaki had been a very good president, he would have put measures in place that we could still be enjoying now.
Timeless measures.
Yes, but just all these boys, they have nothing.
It remains to be seen. Yes. In the interest of time, let's wind up here on matters to do with the intimidation that has been leveled and threats on the side of the control of national budget. he has come forth, I mean, she has come forth and said governors are threatening her because they are making this request for funding. She's declining and tell them you need to improve on your fiscal prudence down there. Would you say that there is a high likelihood that now this one person facing a team of 7 governors, she's likely to succumb into those intimidation and threats, and we're just going to see increased allocations to those governors?
No, you see, if everybody were to stick on the law, on the constitutional provision, there will be no problem. Yeah. Both her and the governors will have to stick on the provisions of the law. Everybody will be happy. Because you do not stick to the law, you'll be caught off guard next time you want to stick to the law. If the control of budget was doing the right thing, the governors will have nothing against her. Equally, if the governors were doing the right thing, the control of budget will have nothing against them. So none of these people is doing the right thing.
Both of them have the issue.
Creating room therefore for conflict. Simple.
Only the president can
Well, the constitution stipulates, the laws stipulate. Until the law stands in the way of what is good, they should stick to the law until we review the law.
There you have it from the firebrand himself, Herman Manyora, of course, dropping nuggets of wisdom on how development can become a better priority for our devolved units of government, and how governors can get it right when it comes to the roles and responsibilities that were shouldered upon them by the electorate. Of course, time for fun of the week. It is this gentleman who has been our top fan. He's your friend, definitely. He's been given a very good appointment in government, Francis Gachuri, and the entire Citizen TV team that watches our shows.
Congratulations to Francis Gachuri. I am always happy when I see young people getting up, getting recognized, and especially when they are capable like Francis.
You're sure he'll do the job justice?
Well, and the sky is the limit for Francis Gachuri. Congratulations, and thank you for being part of this family.
Your friend Hussein Mohamed Duen now Gachuri will Citizen TV.
You can see Hussein Mohamed is doing a good job. He may not be calling me for a cup of tea, but he's doing a good job. I'm proud of him.
Got his father.
I'm proud of my young people. As a father, your children need not give you anything. You are just proud when you see them shine. Yes. So I'm happy that Gachuri, the star is now shining. Brighter, it has always been shining. I'm happy for Hussein Mohamed. They are doing well. And
everyone has their time.
One day they will think of their father. One day.
If they won't think of their father, probably they'll think of their father's sons.
I'll still bless them.
Probably he'll take me up.
That will be good.
That will be good.
Oh, wonderful.
Let's wind up there. Of course, we wish Francis Gachuri fair winds and following seas in his new appointment, and the entire team at Citizen TV and all these media houses who normally watch our content and support us in terms of advisory and just being the fire in our belly that keeps us being better by the day. Until next time on Business Glide, my name is Richard Mwenje. Indeed, always a pleasure.